Welcome to Package Opinions. My name is Garrett King.
I'm Ashley Ornelas.
And in this show, what we do is we break down the latest trends in the marketplace in consumer goods, retail, and ultimately how people shop. It's not only for us to become better analysts, better marketers, better strategists, but also to help you to become the same. Ashley, anything you'd add?
That's it. Yeah. Just here to talk.
Very good. Okay. All right. First things first. What do you make of my slowly coming together office?
I love it. It looks
Progress.
so good. Yeah, progress.
I mean, so good is a stretch, but the dungeon is less dungeony than a week ago.
Okay, yeah. If you compare and contrast, it looks so good.
Yeah, I looked like I've been kidnapped last week.
Yeah. I mean, you painted, which it's a really good color. It looks good. It gives it some vibrance.
Thank you very much.
Love that photo, obviously.
That's a good one. I got that from, I think it's called Photographica. It's like the big photography museum in Manhattan. And in the museum shop, normally I don't get that excited about museum shops, but in this one, they have an amazing collection of prints that you can get, which is pretty affordable. So it's cool.
Did you get that last week when you were there?
I didn't. I picked this one up on a trip a year or two ago, and then I just kind of had them sitting in the archive for a while, and I started framing stuff.
Looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. Soon I will hang them. They're not hung yet, but one step at a time.
Baby steps.
Yeah. All right. What have we got on the list for today? Tell me what are you covering today?
I got Sam's Club and what they're up to since we've been talking about Club a little bit lately. And then more AI talk. So we'll talk about like spend, who's doing what right now.
Very cool. I'll be interested to hear that one. And also Sam's as well. I think there's a lot of interesting things happening in that club space. Today I want to talk about luxury luggage resale, and I want to talk about some research I did studying one of Pinterest's predicted 2025 trends and where I think it's actually going to go from here. I did some number crunching on this one, so I'm psyched to get into it.
So I'm excited about this one because like the way you can go down a hole in a trend, but like the way you go down holes when it comes to trends, like I don't know how much more we can learn about cherry red, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into it. So anyway, I think, which one do you want to hit first?
I think we'll hit Sam's Club first.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so Sam's Club. So Sam's Club is doing some controversial changes right now. I wouldn't say controversial. I think they're cool, but things that Costco just like refuses to do. So we've talked a lot about Club lately and the growth in the Club channel, especially with just inflation and everything going on. So Sam's Club and Costco have been going head to head with a lot of things, a lot of it as it relates to shopper experience. So I think one of the biggest hurdles that Club has is checkout times and lines. Like, have you ever gone to a Costco on a Sunday?
Anarchy.
Complete chaos. It's like my biggest nightmare. I hate it there on a Sunday. And so they've done a couple things lately to try and improve that experience. One is self-checkout, which you're seeing across a lot of retails, right? Like self-checkout become bigger and bigger portion of, I guess, the lanes, I guess, if you will. So that's happening, which Sam Club followed suit. The problem with that was that they were seeing a lot of theft or increase in leakage, I guess. I don't know the right term for that. And so a lot of them didn't end up expanding that technology into full stores. So Sam's Club is taking a different approach, which I think is really cool. And Sam's Club is it's essentially borrowing Amazon's concept of, Just walk out, where essentially you can shop Sam's Club in total and check out along the way. And then you just completely walk out of the store. So it eliminates the whole line challenge that we have and the chaos of clubs on the weekend.
Whoa, okay. This is super interesting. So you just pull the app up on your phone, scan the items as you put them in your cart, and then you just walk out.
Just walk out.
Very cool, first off. Second,
yeah.
Are they, the person at the line when you walk out in Costco or Sam's Club?
Checks it off?
Yeah. Does this person play a role in this at all? Like, is that the final check to see that you haven't stolen a television?
I mean, I imagine, yes. I've never been to a Sam's Club, though. I've only been once. Are you familiar with Sam's Club?
A couple of times, but honestly, once I moved up to the Pacific Northwest, we used to go a lot when I lived in Arkansas and Texas, but now no.
Okay. So I've only been once, and that was when I was in Arkansas. So I haven't been since. So I don't know, do they have the same person as a Costco? Like standing at the door?
We look dumb. We look dumb because I think they do. I think they do.
I imagine so. And Walmart has them now, so I imagine Sam's Club probably does too. We know Costco does. So yeah, I mean, I think that is the final like check. But still, can you imagine just like how much faster your shopping experience is?
This is great, and I'm sold. Anything that you can do to ease the friction of the shopping experience, because you're right. Like a Sunday afternoon at Costco is tough. I mean, during football season, I will actively try to make my Costco trips when the Seahawks are playing because I have no allegiance to Seattle. So I'm like, at least there will be less people. But
Right.
then you get there and the parking lot is full, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's so many transplants here. Not everybody in the city cares about the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So it's tough. This is awesome.
It's awesome. It's costly. It's definitely an investment, but I think it gives Costco a run for its money.
Yeah, I do too. Coach me on, or project this one out. Like, if you were to trend this one out over the next 3 to 5 years, do you think this becomes a bigger driver for their business, or like in-store pickup or curbside? Like, what do you think matters more to shoppers? You got a gut instinct?
Does Sam have an in-store pickup or curbside?
I think curbside's a part of it. If I remember correctly, I feel like at one of those trade shows, we saw one of their senior executives speak and talk about how they were one of the first to get curbside right at the very beginning of COVID. I,
Really?
I think it was Sam's.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to follow and do some research.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I know Costco doesn't, but Costco has recently joined things like Instacart, so you can get Costco deliveries off of Instacart, which I think is big for them. But I personally think if the shopping experience is exactly the same, meaning selection is available, price is available, I do think it does give them a leg up for sure on gaining some share in the market because of the whole family dynamic. Like, who wants to take their entire family in there and then stand in lines, right? Like, the whole point is to improve the shopping experience so that you can get more people in more frequently. I think it works for them. If they can swallow the cost up front, I think it works for them in the long run.
I'm count me 100% in line with your thinking on this one. I'm totally in on it. I think my only addition might be I like the leverage that this helps them create versus a Costco, because have you used same day Costco delivery through Instacart yet? Like, have you tried it?
Yeah.
Did you notice how much of a price markup there is?
The big markup.
Yeah, it's in there. And they're
Mhm.
transparent about it. They show it right it's like there are Instacart fees that mean prices won't always line up with what we charge in the store.
Mhm.
If Sam's Club finds different modalities that make it more convenient to shop with them, and they don't have to factor in that same price accretion, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the odds for them.
I agree. Yeah. That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was fun. So anyways, what's next on yours?
Okay, so I want to talk about, I want to get into the weeds on Pinterest, one of Pinterest's big 25 or 30 trends that they predicted for 2025, which is what they call cherry coded, or it's essentially just a trend of like a dark red or a cherry color being particularly popular in the culture.
Hmm.
All right, so I did some research on this one, and I tried to bucket it into a few key areas. One, like, just what does the data tell us in terms of what people are looking for? What does the culture tell us? Like, what do we see out there in terms of the media and in social? What does the market tell us in terms of our brands, or, companies, like, our brands trying to make decisions that, prioritize cherry? And then I'm going to go on record and make a prediction. Essentially, Pinterest Predicts is something that they do once a year, early in the year. And it's like, here are 25 or 30 trends that we think are going to pop in the next 12 months. They don't have a 100% success rate. And I think they'll tell you that they won't. They started to see queries like cherry vibe, cherry bedroom, cherry car, dark cherry red spike 100% or more versus the prior time period. So to them, it's like an early leading indicator, and we think people are looking for this. So when you look at Pinterest search queries, didn't spike a ton over the last 90 days versus what you might have expected. Maybe a little bit, but where you really start to see it pop is in two areas. One, Pinterest is predicting over the next 6 months a massive increase, which is what fed this. And then two, there's one search query on Pinterest which is really spiking, and that's cherry nails. So if Pinterest is right, cherry, it seems to be fed largely on a cosmetics or beauty, like from the cosmetics or beauty space. And if they're right, I think this could be one of the biggest colors. But I want to dive a little bit further. So when you look at the demographics on this one, 73% of people searching for these, like the cherry search terms that I've mentioned, are 34 years or younger, and 83% of them are female, which to me indicates, one, it's no surprising that 83% of people that are searching for cherry nails are female. Logic checks out there. But also, I think when you've got a young female audience, this seems to be maybe an indicator that youth culture is a little bit ahead of the mainstream on this one. So it turns out, when you dive a little bit further into where does this cherry nails trend come from, it's celebrities. Right off the bat, Jennifer Lopez pops up, as well as Demi Lovato. Both had big features or, pieces in Allure, as well as I think Vogue or another beauty magazine on their cherry cola nails or their cherry jello nails, quote unquote, the yummiest spring manicure trend. I feel weird saying that phrase. Anyway, Grazia, another fashion magazine, did a piece on cherry cola as like a lipstick trend, etc. Like if you look up cherry nails or cherry beauty or what have you, you'll see a lot in the Google News results. So then it started to make me think, there you go. It started to make me think, okay, maybe this is just like uniquely a beauty niche. And so it's like, it's going to be self-contained. And then you texted me a picture of the cherry chai that they're selling at Starbucks right
At
now.
Starbucks. Yeah.
Yes. And so that made me think about food. And so then I started looking. Let me tell you some things that have hit the market in the last 90 days. Do you want cherry Slurpee flavored almonds at 7-Eleven? You can get them.
It's a strange concoction, but sure.
Yup. This was wild. So you know how Mountain Dew has the different flavors like Code Red? Did you know Code Red was a cherry flavor? I didn't really know that.
I mean, intuitively maybe, but
Like I
no.
get it. They have recently launched, a couple of years ago, they did hard Mountain Dew, alcoholic. They have now launched a Code Red flavor of that, which is cherry flavored, and they've tied it in with an ad campaign called Save the Redheads, which is very funny, all about how the redhead population is dwindling over time. So they are, I believe that the shtick is paying for dating app fees for redheads so that redheads can meet redheads. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know, but I love it.
It's great. Not to be outdone, Cherry has just launched Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi, and then I think Dr. Pepper is launching a cherry flavor in Europe as well. So it appears that we've got like this kind of micro trend that's spiking in the beauty space. We've definitely in like the consumer goods and packaged food space, like center of store, it's spiking. So here's my call. Or do you have any questions first before I make
No,
my
I want to hear
prediction?
it. Yeah, what's your call?
Okay.
I'm over here like Googling
Yeah, yeah.
cherry red trend.
This is really interesting to me. Two things. One, is this a trend? Yes, this is a trend. I'm calling it, and I think Pinterest is going to end up being right on this one. Like, I'm going to go on record and let's look at it in 6 months. We're going to have a cherry summer in terms of this is like one of the popular colors, aesthetics, etc. But here's the asterisk. It's not going to last. That's my other claim. Brat green lasted less than 12 months, like a lot less than 12 months. I think trends move so quickly in the modern age. This is going to be like a real pop for a 3 to 6 month window. And when we get to this fall or this winter, I think it'll kind of recede back into like a nice fall color. You know what I mean? Like Cabernet or Merlot. Like sometimes you'll wear that when the weather gets cold or what have you. But I don't think that this has like any lasting staying power, but I think it's going to pop quite a bit for a short term. So thoughts?
I mean, I feel like, I don't disagree with you. I feel like I'm also reading over here like everything that's in food right now. It says it's a major trend in the food industry for 2025 because it's sweet and tart, so lots of versatility. But I think what's interesting is like this color can go for a full season. So like I don't know if it's only going to be like a spring summer situation.
Okay.
I feel like you could get like a really dark cherry color and it could go through fall.
Well, that's a fair point. And, I was trying to think of ways that you could get the most out of this color depending on different creative disciplines. And one of the things that I thought about was like fashionable people, wardrobe stylists, what have you. I think what'll be really cool, and I found some examples of it on Pinterest, like in their big cherry coated board, of garments or pieces that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in this color, Two examples, some very cool sort of like Western styled calf high boots in like a really cool cherry colored leather. It was awesome. And then I also saw Rosie Huntington Whiteley in a really awesome cherry suit, like full pantsuit, blazer, pants. It was very rock and roll. So I don't know. Let's just watch this one and let's see if we start to see more people wearing this color.
Okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
love it. I think it's fun. Although, I mean, I feel like this was a thing in 2023 and then it went away and came back. Do you remember this as being an older trend?
When I posted a video about this a few days ago, I had a couple of TikTok comments say exactly that. This is a 2023 thing, not a 2025 thing.
Yeah.
So, and the data kind of bears it out. Like there was a little bit of a spike in 2023 in terms of Pinterest search interest. But I mean, Pinterest thinks this thing is going to take off like a rocket. So let's see what happens.
I'm curious, do you know how many of their predictions are typically accurate?
I have no clue. But what will be really fun, I mean, we just started this show 2 months ago. Like
Yeah.
this can become a recurring theme or thread for us, kind of like
I think so.
trend spotting. And then let's see, like, do things keep go? How often are they right?
What do we think is hot and what's not? out of these 2025 trends that they've called out?
Favorite that I've seen, they have a trend in there called castle core. A lot of like
I'm
knight in shining
sorry. I
armor
can't.
shenanigans, which
Oh
is wild.
my gosh.
I saw this guy, like a men's fashion influencer, and he went out and got a suit of armor. And then what he did is he started figuring out how to incorporate pieces from the suit of armor into normal outfits. So think like a cool biker leather jacket, but the metal shoulder pads stitched onto it.
Okay.
So much, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This
castle
is
core.
Castle Core is giving Fourth Wing vibes. I don't know
Well, I
if
don't even
you're
know.
a reader, but
No, what is fourth wing?
it's like a fantasy book series. It's about college kids and dragons.
Okay, good.
So it's giving that.
And is it good?
I mean, okay, so I'm not a fantasy girly. It's like a another round of Harry Potter, but I can't put it down. So here we are.
Look, there's something really nice about fiction. I'm completely engrossed in the Red Rising series, which is sort of science fiction.
Okay. That's really good.
All right,
I don't want to dress up like them, but
yet.
it's nice to read. No, yet. We'll see. Give me 6 months. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
be
you
there.
might be so locked in.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
all right. So that's Cherry. Let's see where this thing goes. I'm on record. You guys just saw it. I think it's gonna go. Let's see if it goes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. What's next? You want to talk about AI?
I can talk about AI really quick. I think
Cool.
we committed to kind of giving like a brief update on companies and what they're doing with AI for most of the episodes. Recently, I found an article that said how much companies are stating that they are investing in AI every year, and the latest estimate is 400 to 500,000. Which didn't seem like a lot to me, but I guess it is a lot. I mean, that's an average, so depending on your company size, it could be pretty significant. I'm used to like Amazon numbers, so it's pretty tiny, but yes, all relative. Um, and what I thought was interesting was that a survey came out that said that it's not necessarily shopper facing AI technology, so it's not necessarily impacting the experience or helping a shopper navigate, which I thought was interesting because I feel like a lot of people are doing it intentionally to be more proactive in solving shopper problems. So to see it as more of a back end execution, I thought that was surprising. But a lot of companies are stating that they're using it in mostly analytics. So trying to mine, trends, like you just said, data and analytics, and then content creation. So the content creation thing probably isn't that surprising, but there's more and more companies that are expanding this and they're using it in a big way.
The image generation is getting so good.
It is. It is. If it's not like a living creature, like people and pets, I think are still hard to do.
That's totally fair. Product photography. And I just saw a video from Canva on everybody's trying to fit image generation or image doctoring or what have you into their platform. Canva's new tool on turning a bag of coffee that's in a blank background into a beautiful coffee shop with nice warm natural light and all that. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good. We talked about that. There was a couple companies that we met at Shop Talk that were advertising that. And one of them I thought was really impressive in the way that he could place products in different scenarios and different
Yeah.
sceneries. And it was unreal. And then a huge benefit of that too is a lot of companies are using it as a way to generate ideas faster. So not even necessarily like this is going to be my concept or what I'm going to put out in the marketplace. They're using it as a way to create storyboards or test and learn packaging changes or things like that at a much faster speed to then put into production what they think is going to work really well. Which I thought was pretty smart.
That's cool too. Like getting a volume of ideas quickly, being able to collate them down, test things faster. I don't know about you. It makes me feel like I'm behind the eight ball.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just don't spend enough time with any of these large language models. I don't spend enough time with image generators. Like I feel I don't want to be a dinosaur sometimes.
You're not a dinosaur. I don't think it's a matter of like you have to have experience using it. I just think you have to be creative in coming up with ways and ideas of how to use it and not being scared of it. Like finding ways to embrace it or encourage companies, teams, whatever, to embrace it rather than run away from it. But I don't know that that necessarily means that you have to be an expert in AI.
Fair
You just have
point.
to be willing to use it or willing to learn about it. But yeah, I guess leading right into the next one, it was about L'Oreal. So L'Oreal is doing just this. They've partnered with Google's AI technology, as well as there's another one that they're using that they've essentially incorporated into their suite of their beauty content. And so they are using it to generate PDP content really quickly, test packaging changes, and just do a lot more with speed. They said they guarantee they're not walking away from any photography that has to do with people, because that's a big priority for them. So they're still using photography, which I appreciate them calling that out and putting people at ease, I guess, in that sense. But they are using it in a way to just generate things a lot faster. So PDP content takes them 24 hours to create, which is just like mind blowing. And I think will set them apart from a lot of companies and just the way that they can mine insights, adjust creatives, and put them out to test faster than anybody else.
It seems like it's going to become so prolific so quickly for still images. It's cool to hear that they made the call on, we still want to use pictures of real people. You know what I mean? And for a beauty company that's all about making you look and feel your best, probably, like, I think that's right. I would make the same move, I would think. Cost savings be damned. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think video ads, connected TV, etc., is this going to become a force in that as well?
I think so. I don't know much about TV ads, but I do know when it comes to like OLV ads and things like that, they can take a still image and create an 8-second clip or an 8-second video in a matter of seconds. So I think it will have a really big impact in what you see from a video creative perspective. And I think you'll see it also impact a lot when it comes to personalization. So I think companies will start to get smarter about where they're targeting and what they're showing. Yeah. For example, you said Seattle Seahawks. You have a product, you can put it in a Seahawks setting, but then in San Francisco, put it in a Niners setting. I don't know, whatever it may be. Sure. And so be very personalized about showing places and things that are relative to your audiences that you're showing, which just I think helps people lean in more to personalization faster.
It makes all the sense in the world. And I mean, think about how many ads you see on a day-to-day basis that aren't relevant for you, you know?
Oh, a ton. Yeah.
It's so many. New era.
Yeah.
Good for them, but I'll never buy a Pittsburgh Steelers hat. I just don't need it. But that'll be in the carousel of things that they have to show me, you know?
Yeah.
I don't need it. So you make a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. I think there's still a lot to be learned. There's still a lot to like perfect, even when it comes to people. I don't know. Have you seen this ChatGPT trend that I actually sent you the other day? Did you ever see that?
Okay. Go on.
So ChatGPT trend about turn my pet into a human.
No. Did I just miss this?
What?
Okay, go on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was the handsome blonde guy that came from the Golden Doodle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that was great.
Okay, so can you please do that with yours? But
yeah.
I did it with mine, and it doesn't know what to do with hairless cats. It freaks out. Like, just so you know, I will show you what it generated. It's hilarious.
Sure.
But still, some kinks to work out when it comes to AI creating people and pets.
It doesn't surprise me. It's hard. I mean, it's getting better. Like even the best portraits of people, sometimes you can still tell.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Please let me know what Frank looks like.
Yeah, can do. My hope is that it just turns out to be a photo of Danny DeVito, but let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. You got anything else on AI?
No.
I want to talk about luggage.
Left
By
turn.
the way, yeah. How do I pronounce it again? I know you had to tell me this. Rimowa?
I believe
Rimowa.
You.
All right. I want to talk about Rimowa's pre-owned luggage initiative called Recrafted. So they have launched a resale marketplace. I think this is really, really cool, so I want to give you some details on it. So here's kind of the boilerplate. Number one, they will buy back any Rimowa luggage, regardless of what condition it is. I believe the average price that they're willing to give you is $300. As a test run to do this, just to see what would happen, they bought some heavily used Rimowa carry-ons, carry luggages, etc., and they sold them on resale marketplaces like a Poshmark or a Depop or what have you. They went in minutes. And so their hypothesis was like, even though these things may have taken a beating, they may have had a bunch of stickers on it, etc., there is a subset of people out there that actually really like that and would love to get it like pre-charactered. You know what I mean? Like somebody else has done some of the hard work for it. So they tried selling these on a secondary resale marketplace, sold out in minutes, and they have launched Recrafted as a result. And if you look at the art direction and the pictures that they've taken to make the announcement, it's all these, it's like the shiny silver carry-ons that you're used to, but covered in all these stickers. They have dents, they have scratches, etc. Like they just look lived in. Like these are the bags that people took around the world and did interesting things in. And I think they're really onto something here because like their marketing came for a marketing campaign that they've used for the past several years is called A Lifetime of Memories, and it's all these like beautiful slick photography of cool looking people on beautiful trains with great warm light coming in and interesting places, etc. I think it's going to work. And where I really wanted to kind of like dive in on this one is why would they do this when they already command such pricing power versus their peer set? Like I did a really basic pricing analysis. Listen to this. On average, it looks like a Rimowa luggage, like a case is going to cost about 40% more than Tumi, like for a comparable bag.
Okay.
For the price of a Rimowa, you can buy between 3 and 5 away bags.
Okay.
And for the price of a Rimowa, you can buy between 12 and 13 Amazon Basics carry-ons. So you could get one for every month of the year, which coincidentally is the bag that I carry. And it lasts longer than I thought it would. Anyway,
Okay.
so they have this ability to command this massive pricing premium. You know, they're going to charge you $1,300 for an aluminum suitcase that Away would charge you $500 for the same similar aluminum suitcase. Why would they do this? Why would they let people out the door for a cheaper version? I think it's because people are going to buy secondhand regardless. We've talked about dupe culture before, people trying to get a deal. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We've also talked about how popular vintage shopping is. I think they're trying to own their own transactions and acknowledging that the market is going to do it regardless. Why don't we control it? What do you think?
It's interesting. I have so many questions. My first
Yeah.
question is, what is their warranty like?
Lifetime.
Lifetime warranty.
Yeah, lifetime.
Then
Now, what I don't know is does that carry over to recrafted, like for these secondhand ones? But yeah, lifetime to my knowledge.
why is someone, if it has a lifetime warranty,
Yeah.
why is someone selling their suitcase anyway?
Now that's a really good point. Maybe they don't want the stickers on it anymore, or they want to upgrade, or a different color, or who knows? I mean, you know, folks with lots of disposable income.
Yeah, I guess there's that. But um
It's niche.
it's very niche. And I wonder, I know we've talked about dupe culture. I know we've talked a lot about all of that, luxury industry, etc. I guess my question becomes, I mean, this is a bigger question, but is luxury tanking right now because of, I guess, like, the marketplace being exposed of how much it actually costs to create all these things. So like I'm wondering if this is a trend they jumped on that would have been really successful that maybe isn't going to turn out the way that they thought it would.
That's so interesting because I hadn't thought about the angle of how visible it became very quickly with all these Chinese TikToks about, did you know that this pan only
Right.
cost me $5 or whatever it is? Yeah, that's a really good point. Okay, I think this is yet another indicator. Let's park the
Yeah.
recent economic uncertainty, etc., for just a second. I think this is an indicator of a continuing cultural thread that we have been seeing under consumption as like a buy less, like dupe culture, spend less money,
Mhm.
etc. I think there's cultural. This is a movement, and I think it's concentrated among younger generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, etc. So to me, if you're a luxury brand and in the face of flagging demand in China, economic uncertainty, etc., it's hard to get inventory from countries that are not the U.S.
Mhm.
Maybe it does make sense to try to drive some transaction volume from inventory you already have and turn the chaff into something good. I also found that you have some other brands in the luxury and fashion space that are doing something kind of similar. Other things we might consider is the Rolex Certified Pre-Owned program. Cartier, their parent company, Richemont, I think I'm saying that right, recently bought a site called Watchfinder and Company, which is literally a secondhand watch marketplace. One of the largest watch brands bought one of the primary, like specialty watch resale sites. And another one that I thought was kind of interesting is not exactly the same thing, but DKNY did a partnership with Depop, and what they did was they re-released, quote unquote, single pieces of some of their like early 2000s Y2K biggest hits, and they sold them for like really cheap, like $30 for this blouse, $50 for this skirt, etc., as just like a more earned media than any like actual real revenue driver. So I know I'm going all over the place here, but like I guess my stance on this one is I think underconsumption and luxury, but done differently, like not paid full shelf price for it, continues to be a theme with us. The fake Birkin bag at Walmart is another perfect example. I'm really interested to see where this goes because it's still people telegraphing their taste and their preferences by what they buy, but it's different. And I think there's a lot here. I don't know.
Because I agree with you. I think consignment is a trend to be watching, and I think it has a lot of growth for all the purposes that you just said. Like people wanting luxury, but wanting to get it at a deal and almost being addicted to like this deal of what they found or how they found it at a better price or whatever it may be, or something more approachable for them. And then the other part of me goes back to like the economics of it all right now and if people are actually going to lean into consignment or just walk away in total. I do think like at one point like these companies were going down the right path of going down consignment for sure, 100%. I think the economy might make it do a little bit of a U-turn though. If I'm being honest. I think my mind goes to like, does Rolex and Cartier purchase these websites for the purpose of consignment and being on that trend and the forefront of that trend, or do they do it more for authenticity and like the ability to control a little bit more of keeping authentic products in the marketplace?
Brand equity, etc. Maybe that's another benefit that I didn't even hit. You know what I mean? You own your own brand equity rather than letting somebody sell it on Depop. It's maybe very similar to how some of the, consumer goods companies think about third-party marketplaces on their big retailer sites.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, there's a lot here. We're going to find another story sooner or later that hits on some of these exact same themes again.
For sure we will. This one's a fun one though. I don't know. So you're taking the stance that consignment pops.
I absolutely am. And I think we are going to see and we should see more brands do this because it's a way to generate some new news, largely with user generated content kind of. You know what I mean? Like somebody who customizes their Rimowa bag case over 5 years and then decides to sell it. That's an art piece. You know what I mean? Like that is a kick-ass Instagram carousel right by itself. The story of where that bag went, memories that they had carrying that bag. I just think there's a ton here. The fake Birkin at Walmart.
Yeah, but fake Birkin is dupe culture.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
not
there's
consignment culture. It's different.
you're right. But I don't know, maybe I'm forcing a square peg round hole thing, but I think the energy around consignment and secondhand and the energy around getting a deal and the energy around dupe culture, like I think there's strings in between them. I don't know. So they're not the same thing, but they're not totally different either.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. So
as you were talking about carousel content and whatnot, it was giving NFT vibes to me.
Hey,
Which was like a peak and a crash pretty quickly. But
I'm so glad it never really clicked for me. How about that? Yeah. Okay.
anyway.
All right. Luggage, cherries, AI, Sam's Club. We nailed it.
All over.
Yeah.
All over the board.
Nailed it. But the theme of how people are shopping and what they're doing with their disposable income is really consistent. I don't know. We're 5 episodes in and I feel like we're starting to like just a little bit better each time. It's very gratifying.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's fun to learn.
This is fun. Okay, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. This was Package Opinions, episode 5. My name is Garrett King.
Ashley Riddell.
That was really didn't stuck the landing on that one. As always, please, we're super open to feedback. This is, like I said, this is episode 5. It's not like this is all set in stone. We're really trying to learn with the show. And part of that is figuring out what people want to hear more about and what you like, what you don't like. So please leave comments, etc. And then, we're sort of super open to feedback.
Yeah. Also interested in your opinions. Like, what do you think is going to happen? I want to learn from you too.
I agree with that. Cool. All right. Well, let's pick this one up next week.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right. Cut this recording. We're out of here.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.